I like to share voice from Fukushima. Our friend, Japanese friend, now walking from Fukushima to Tokyo, over 180 miles from Fukushima to Tokyo. They are very cold, windy, rain every day. So this is voice from Fukushima. And Dana-san has been Fukushima after tragedy, teaching song for Fukushima people. So I asked Dana to reading this voice from Fukushima. If people cannot hear, please more close.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, reverent greetings. First of all, I would like to express my deep gratitude to all who gathered for the No More Fukushima Peace Walk and to everyone who joined us in their hearts. After the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant accident, the Japanese government promoted the big goal of Fukushima reconstruction. They used large-scale taxes and power of the media to develop new programs with catchwords like dreams, connections, and hope. The rush to host the Olympic Games was part of this plan. Amid the unfolding of that cruel brute force, people continue to suffer silently, thinking that they will interfere with the restoration of Fukushima. People think if I can only put up with it, or one person's, my suffering is such a small thing, or I can't stand up, I'm a weakling, or if I say something, it will be an imposition on those around me. However, in January of this year, there were two significant reports that expressed the victims' feelings. 6 men and women from the ages of 6 to 16 at the time of the accident filed a lawsuit against Tokyo Electric Power Company, TEPCO. There were 222 people younger than 18 who lived in Fukushima Prefecture at the time of the accident, who have since undergone thyroidectomy surgery. This lawsuit was the first to question the cause and effect relationship between the reactor accident and thyroid cancer. Because of the fear of discrimination, none has spoken about it, it seems. However, I'm trying to be brave enough to challenge the proceedings to save those worried about the future in the same circumstances. Their parents also continue to attack these actions since the nuclear accident while fighting together despite great suffering. And then there is the story of Mr. Kimura, who cries out, if only there had not been this nuclear accident, she might have been saved. For 11 years, he continues to search for the remains of his daughter, who was 7 years old at the time. He found a few bits of her remains 5 years later, 3 kilometers from the nuclear power plant. The place was an area that could not be searched immediately after the accident due to an evacuation order stemming from the nuclear accident. Mr. Kimura said, I still feel that I just let my daughter die, and I don't think I can escape from that fact for the rest of my life. This ground is a radioactively contaminated interim storage facility, but I won't let them do that. I'll continue to search for her remains until I find them all. He also says that he cannot forget that TEPCO employees said people want a prosperous life, so we have to have nuclear power plants. And I think that what her daughter is telling me through her remains is what is really important. That is why I'm promoting efforts to appreciate nature's blessings and live an energy-saving way of life. We have learned a lot from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant accident. The nuclear power plant reduced migrant workers in poverty-stricken areas without cash income. It let them stay home and gave them family unity. But the price was so great that our efforts were nowhere near great enough. And no one even knows what the price really is. We know that even now we are living at the expense of our precious lives. We are connected by the sky, the sea, and the earth. Last year, the Japanese government decided to release radioactively contaminated water into the ocean. But we will definitely prevent this. And so while seeking a life without victims, we continue to learn, to discuss, and we will not give up. Please let us continue to pray as we walk our journey together. March of Life. Nippon Zanmyo Hoji, Narita Dojo, Yako Yuki.